Hi, everybody. This is Phil Sims, and you're watching Fresh Cookies.
Hopped up out the bed, turned my Fresh Cookies Week 6 kickoff show on. What up, everybody? Welcome to Fresh Cookies. Another week in the NFL on the horizon. I'm glad you're here. Another rough week to be a Patriots fan. You guys have probably seen everything. We're bad, really bad, but nonetheless, still have a good show planned for you today. If you checked out our thumbnail, lots of Dak Prescott hate, but guess what? I'm here to tell you, not entirely his fault. All right? 49ers, just a good team. Lay off of Dak, sort of. We'll get into it, though. Like I said, Patriots. Rough times, rough times. This is, without a doubt, the worst Patriots team I've seen in my short life. Can't do anything right. All right? Starts with the offensive line. Like a wet paper bag. All right? Like a wet paper bag. Can't protect Mac, who already needs some training wheels, so it doesn't help his case. The personnel not really there. And then the defense, they're out there longer than the offense. So they're probably tired and losing confidence. Everything's whacked. All right? I don't think we had a terrible time on special. Oh, you know what? No, the special team's also pretty bad because we have a rookie kicker, and I'm pretty sure he's made 4 out of his 8 field goal attempts this year. So whether or not Bill Belichick is gone at the end of the year, still up in the air. But I really don't know which side I stand on with that. I want to see him break the record, but this is ridiculous. And I keep seeing a lot of Patriots fans in various groups that I'm in and stuff. Let's just tank. To a certain extent, yeah, we should tank and get a top draft pick. But with everything that's built there, I can't see us tanking. So I have a little more to get into with that. I apologize if that was a little loud. Just want to say this right off the bat. Last week, we got some bad news. Lost a real one. The great Dick Butkus. Dick Butkus. Do you hear that? He's cursing, sir. Quality line. Won't ever be the same for me. I'm going to have to watch that movie now. And I don't want to play too much of this to get kicked off of YouTube or whatever, but just no one else like it. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Butkus Award, one of the highest honors for a linebacker in the country. There'll never be another one like Dick, the Animal Butkus. And we have a great show for you. New Fresh Cookies, power rankings, some people getting the boot. Rightfully so. All right? Some of y'all on borrowed time. All right. So if you're looking, well, if you saw our thumbnail, come on. But if you saw our thumbnail, we're not saying Dak Prescott sucks. All right. Needs some work. A lot of NFL quarterbacks do. But former NFL corner defensive back Dante Whitner played for the Browns, had some, I guess, not kind words about Dak, but basically said he sucks. We'll take a look, but I want everybody to know, or just ask everyone, was the Dak hate warranted? I don't think so. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll pull it up right now. And I want to hear everybody's thoughts. The 49ers, best team in the NFL. So to say the reason why the Cowboys lost was because of Dak, that's just hate. That's just hate. But like I said, if you saw the thumbnail, lots of Dak hate. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, here we go.
What is your overall first take about this 42-10 butt whooping by the 49ers?
Dak Prescott sucks.
Oh, my God.
Period. Right? They talk so much about Dak Prescott being a top-tier quarterback, franchise guy. I don't see it. I see them trying to cover up for what he lacks. A lot of quick throws, cutting half of the field off, and giving him easy throws. Other than that, he's not a quarterback that can drop back and really take advantage of a defense and carve it up. And today we've seen it. The 49ers defense made him look like a tier 4 quarterback.
So
Listen, my man played in the league for a while. He also played for the Browns, so he's been around some bad teams. He would know. But look, man, 49ers are good. I don't know if it's fair to say Dak sucks. I think there's really only a couple quarterbacks that would really be able to fare against the 49ers right now that they're all healthy. And to get into the Niners, they're the best team, not even close. If they don't win the Super Bowl, there's some straight up hoes. There's no excuses. All right. If one of your pieces goes down, whether that be Christian McCaffrey, Brock Purdy, just one person on the defense, receivers, you're still stacked at every position. All right. And you got arguably one of the top 2 tight ends in football right now. And he blocks a little bit better, so he might be number 1. I don't know if they have a backup quarterback. If Purdy, God forbid, goes down, and he's balling right now. All right. I thought maybe he was just doing well because they don't have a lot of tape on him, but he was really calm, collected. I would take him in New England. I don't know if he'd be able to fare well with the staff and everything that we have right now, but he's a cool customer, and he gets the job done. Team responds to him well, and he looks like he's in control. So shout out to him, Mr. Irrelevant, last pick in the draft. You know all that. And watching that game, I just got to say, Fred Warner should be the defensive MVP candidate. All right. I thought Micah Parsons kind of had that locked down. They went head to head. Not even close. Might have been a bad game for Micah. Fred Warner, defensive MVP up there with TJ Watt, maybe Aiden Hutchinson. I would have to look at some other guys, but right now, I'll still keep Micah in there. Who knows? He most likely will still have a good season if he stays healthy. So those 4 right there: Fred Warner, TJ Watt, Aiden Hutchinson, Micah Parsons. Let me know what you think about my possible defensive MVP voting. But yeah, the Niners, best team, not even close. They're clearly reading ahead. All right, they're clearly reading ahead. If they get picked on for popcorn reading, remember that back in the day, you'd have to read out loud. Always try to pick somebody who couldn't read. It's the best part about it. They're holding all the cards. All right, they got the draw 4s, the reverses, everything in Uno too. So. All right, chat in here. Let's go. Fresh cookies. Steelers pulling off a big one. And trust me, we got something for the Ravens. I'm not impressed. So yeah, the Dak hate a bit much considering that loss. Like I said, 49ers just got it going on. I don't know. I don't think there's a game out there in the universe, maybe one in like, I don't know, whatever infinite number of odds there could be, that they win that game. All right, with those rosters and everything. Cowboys really haven't played no great teams, and they lost to the Cardinals, which, you know, I'm pretty high on them. Pretty high on them and Josh Dobbs, considering the scenario they were in coming into the season, and they let go of Colt McCoy. Didn't see Josh Dobbs doing the thing that he's doing right now. Yeah, and you know, a lot of topics to discuss today. Like I said, we already talked about the Dak thing. Leave him alone. You know that boy ain't right. So with all the losses, we are about to get into the Week 6 power rankings. All right. And for those of you who missed last show, you're forgiven. Here's where they were. And trust me, it don't look like that this week. Some of it does. But without further ado, let's unveil the Fresh Cookies Week 6 power rankings, starting with the Colts. You've done enough, but slip up once and you're gone. Number 9, the Bucks. You're off, so I can't move you. Jags, they win big out in London. Let's see when you get big. Let's see what you do when you get back to the big rat tail. All right, coming in, the Dolphins. You beaten all bad teams. The Giants don't count. The Seahawks moving up a spot because they've done what they're supposed to do. Bills, get it together. I don't care about your sideline. That Super Bowl window is closing. Lions 4-1 and cooking right now. They should be ahead of the Chiefs, but we're all rooting for them. But these industry plants aren't the threat that they think they are. Mahomes, Kelsey, and Reed and a solid defense, the only thing keeping you up. Eagles, still not impressed with them. And 49ers, best kids in the class. All right, there you see Week 5 switching ahead. Bam. Let me know what you think about the Week 6 power rankings. Buffalo's gonna get cut off, so I'll put that up there in a second. But I just jumbled a lot, so just to reiterate what I was trying to say. Colts at number 10. All right, look, they've done enough, but like I said, one slip up and they're gone. They're winning games, some in spectacular fashion, and they've lost to good opponents. So I have to give them a shot here. Number 9, the Bucks. They were off this week, so I can't really move them. Wouldn't be fair. All right, they'll stay put for now. But lose to a not quality team, no problem throwing you out of here. Jags, 1-2. They won a big game out in London. All right, they won twice, but they won a big one out in London this past week. I want to see what they do when they get back to the rat tail capital of the world, Jacksonville, Florida. I'm high on them. Well, I've been high on them to start the year, but I just don't feel comfortable putting them ahead of the Bills just yet, even though the Bills win did make me feel better about them. Number 7, the Dolphins. In retrospect, they've been impressive, but they've beaten all bad teams so far, and the Giants don't count. Offense is still dangerous, probably the most dangerous in the league, but I don't know if they can bang with these good teams. Not yet, at least. As the season goes on, we'll see how healthy they stay, especially Tua. But yeah, Dolphins, not as high on them as I was last week. 2 weeks ago, I'm sorry. They got leaked by the Bills last week. Or 2 weeks, whatever. You know what I mean. Number 6, the Seahawks. They moved up a spot. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing. All right. They're winning on the road. They beat Detroit in Detroit, which I was sort of high on the Seahawks, but I thought maybe that might be a fluke win. It's proven big right now. I think they're going to be a scary team as the season goes on. For right now, they're at number 6. Number 5, the Bills. Get it together. I don't care about what's going on the sideline. People throw things. Even though I'm a New England fan, I'm not going to sit here and harp on every single little thing that Stephon Diggs does. He's a great player. You're all good players. Like I said, get it together. All right. And the main reason is your window is shrinking. Josh Allen isn't always going to be able to do what he's doing and bail you out. And Diggs, we don't know how much longer he's going to stick around. Trying to put my AFC East biases aside. But if you blow it this year, tough beans. Because I really think the Bills can make it to the Super Bowl this year. Because even though they're favorites every year, I feel like we weren't hyping them up that as bad. And they got the potential. But drop a couple more like this. Watch what happens. All right. You have a chance to have the Chiefs not at home for the playoffs. So, number 4, the Lions. They're 4-1 right now and cooking. They should be ahead of the Chiefs for beating them. But it's just hard to count out Patrick Mahomes. All right. And I don't see him losing to the same team twice in 1 year. Just doesn't happen to dude like that. All right. We're all rooting for the Lions, and they're living up to expectations for the most part so far. So let's give them their credit. All right. They're a good team. Good team for right now. Chiefs. Bunch of industry plans, aren't they? Nah, they're still a threat with Mahomes, Kelsey, and Andy Reid and a pretty solid defense. Not impressed with them a lot so far. I think KC knows they're struggling on offense, even though they're winning games, and they haven't looked like they have in years past. Seems like the offense keeps going down each year. From what we once knew them as, even going to the Super Bowl with the Bucs. All right. I think a lot of exposure is killing this team. And they're on every Allstate commercial and, whatever. I'm not going to get into people's social lives, but they're not the Golden State Warriors. All right. I don't see home field advantage for them this postseason. And I think we'll see what they're really made of. Number 2, Eagles. Also not really that impressed with them. But the tough part of their season is coming up. Be ready. That's all I'm saying. This is another team with rhinestone earrings talking that good-ish. But don't make us break out that little machine. Because if the boop-boops don't start coming out, you're the only one that's going to look bad. But the tough part of their season is coming up. You're all healthy right now. I just hope you'll be doing whatever you're doing right now whenever you're not 100%. Not wishing injury on nobody, but it's inevitable. All right, and number 1, 49ers. 49ers. I already jocked them. You're good. Get over it. As long as Purdy and like 3 of those guys on offense can stay healthy, they're good with the defense. So let me know what you think about the Week 6 power rankings. I enjoy doing this. And Ravens. This is not a knock on the Steelers, but I felt like that was the Ravens' game to win. Had no problem giving them the boot. That's how it works. But we got some interesting matchups for Week 6. All right. Good Week 6 matchups. More London games. They love these London games. Let me know what matchups you guys are looking forward to. We got some good ones this week and some bad ones. Tonight, it is Thursday, so I hope you have Amazon Prime because you know that's the only way you'll be watching the Broncos and the Chiefs. Unless you live stream it on Instagram. But I didn't tell you that. Honestly, this would be the funniest upset of the year. I'm praying for the Broncos to win. That'd be insane. All right. I'm going to pick KC, obviously. But I'm still not impressed with them. Considering the schedule they've played, we know they can be a lot better. Broncos, I don't know what to tell you. I would say they could rally this thing together, but from what I've heard, I don't know. Broncos and Patriots kind of feel like they're in the same boat right now. Where the heck is this thing? Yes, I know, Lizzie P. Week 6 is here already. Can't believe it. And the kids still going strong. But yeah, Chiefs. Not that crazy. Ravens, Titans. Another London game. Love it, sort of. I think this might be. Nah, I think the Bills and Jaguars was still probably will be better than this one. The Ravens better start catching some footballs. All right. We know what their situation is. They're down a running back. They're not a heavy running team as is. But to see a 10-7 game the entire time, and I know the Steelers are good. What are you doing? All right. What are you doing? Not putting teams away and scrappy ass teams like the Titans, who their games are just night and day. All right. I'll watch them be good one week, and then the next week it just looks like they completely forgot how to do everything they did the week prior. So, with that being said, I think the Titans steal one and the Ravens a little bit of panic as they drop back-to-back games. But I do like a Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry touchdown in that game. I feel like these guys haven't been scoring like that. Rushing for both. Panthers, Dolphins. All right. Miami's played like one hard team so far. And what happened? They showed their ass and got whooped. I'm obviously going to go with the Dolphins in this one. But like I said, it's a weak-ass schedule for them to start. They're another team that the second half of their schedule is going to be a real wake-up call. Panthers, look, I want to see Bryce Young do good, but I think their best bet is with Andy Dalton. And Adam Thielen, once again, holler at your boy. I had faith this fantasy season, but you are outdoing yourself, sir. I hope you stay healthy. Maybe there'll be a memorabilia purchase in the future. And by the way, I'm on back-to-back fantasy wins. Got fair weather friends to feed. They should just let Lamar be Lamar. He would get his ass leaked, though, if he ran every single play, or maybe you'd like that coming from Steelers fan. But yeah, I want to pull this up because I think Panthers coach last year kind of got a raw deal. But I had read a story that basically Frank Reich, the head coach of the Panthers, was saying, well, we probably shouldn't have drafted Bryce Young with seeing how good CJ Stroud is doing. Oh, well, I don't think that's what he said, but I don't know. Oh, here it is. I'm sorry. Damn it, I just had it. Here we go. This was the Panthers coach from last year. Look, I don't know if they should have hired the current Panthers coach, but I do agree. You know, maybe they should have gave this guy a shot. Could have drafted C.J. Stroud. Who knows? That's neither here or there. But the Panthers, I think they have a better shot with Andy Dalton. I'm going to take the Dolphins in that game. Okay, moving along. The Saints, listen, they just whooped up on the Patriots so bad. I'm slated to see this team twice this season, and I'm scared for my life. I'm scared for my life out of embarrassment. All right. With that being said, I still don't think the Saints are that good for beating us. As painful as that sounds out loud, we're just not very good. And I'm honestly terrified for this week because the deficit could be even higher. All right. And the Texans, I was just talking about CJ Stroud. I like their team. All right. They don't have a ton of star power, but, D'Amico Ryans, new coach there. He has these guys re-energized. I don't know about this year, but next year, watch out for the Texans. I'm going to take them to beat the Saints, too, at home. And guys, let me know in the chat comments what games are you looking forward to this week. If you have any hot takes, any upsets, let me know. Moving right along, Commanders, Falcons. Washington. You got beat at home by the Bears. What are you doing? All right. I shouldn't even pick you going forward, but there's still glimpses of competitiveness in there, even though there's a lot of hard-headedness sprinkled in there. Falcons got some big questions at quarterback. I still think Taylor Heineke should be in there. They're still going with Ritter. I wish the Patriots would make a move for Taylor Heineke. All right, second week I'm saying this. I need somebody in the organization to hear it and make it happen. All right. I also want Cooper Rush. And if the Cowboys are so confident in Dak Prescott, you should be all right giving up Cooper Rush. I'm going to take the Commanders at home. I'm going to take the Commanders on the road. I think last week stung, and I see them bouncing back. Colts, Jaguars. I think it's hard to see the Colts losing to the Jags again. That first game was one of the better week one games. I just see this being a Gardner Minshew homecoming. I think with Anthony Richardson definitely out and him being the starter, I don't know if he's going to compete to be the Colts full-time starter, but he's definitely going to be playing to be a starting quarterback somewhere else. Now I wouldn't say we would take him in New England because I don't know how he would fare there, not personality-wise or anything, but I'm just not sure if he's what we're looking for. But I think this is a Gardner Minshew homecoming. I think with Ridley having such a big week last week and no touchdowns, I like him to score at least 2 in this one. So I'm going with the Colts on the road. Conflicting arguments here. We have a Jags vote. 2 Steelers fans going at it. Never thought I would see the day. But we have a Jags pick, and then Minshew Mania running wild on the other side. Paradise Lost in the old Big Steal. I do agree, though. Hard to beat Minshew and the stash. Moving along, Seahawks, Bengals. You know, it's amazing. I don't know if it's amazing. It's kind of sad now that I say it. And strange. But making these power rankings and no Bengals is strange, but I really don't feel bad. They're not playing well. So, you know, it's not a popularity contest. They're not playing well. I think the Seahawks are. Seahawks have already won on the road. And like I said, they beat the Giants and they beat the Lions. Lost to the Rams, I believe. I don't know who their other game is, but they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're really well coached. Bengals, I don't know if it's injury or personal stuff that's keeping them back. They just don't look good yet. I still don't believe in them. Not to say that they could be bad all year long. They could turn it on like that. And we wouldn't be able to do anything but just sit there and watch them be good as they have been. Something's got to give, though. Either Burrow's hurt or they ain't happy, which I don't think is the case. But they got too many weapons to be as bad as they are, not scoring as much as they did. Now, they did last week against the Cardinals, but it was only one time. I got to see a little more from them. Yeah, I like the Seahawks in that matchup as well. Just going along with the chat. Dying out here. Second. Hope you guys are all ready for week 6. Like I said, let me know in the comments, in the chat, what you're looking forward to. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Different platforms, Facebook, YouTube. Going Twitter today. All right, Fresh Cookies Twitter. Actively going. So appreciate everybody watching on different platforms. All right, moving along. Seahawks, Bengals. Yeah, that's done. Seahawks are winning in the big Cincy. Vikings, Bears. Vikings, I didn't realize things were this rough. I'm hearing lots of echoes that Kirk Cousins is working out, possibly to be traded. Why would you do that? I mean, I know why you would do that, to get more weapons, but you move everybody. I mean, I guess they don't really have a lot of people to move, but Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson, why would you want to ruin that unless you're getting a definite solid veteran for Cousins? Now, I wish the Patriots would take Kirk Cousins. I would love that. Seems like a likable guy in the locker room, takes leadership, and believe it or not, he squeaks out some of these, I don't want to call them dumb good wins, but that's what they kind of are sometimes. Wow, the Matt Canada. Wow. Appreciate the love from the working man, Miss Lizzie P. We'll crack one open for you. Just kidding, maybe. Yeah, we did the power rankings here. I'll throw them back up here just for a second before we do this Vikings Bears. But there they are. Ravens got the boot. So I'm sure my Steeler fans are happy about that. Couple other teams wasn't too impressed with. Had to put the Jags and the Colts in there. They've done enough. The Lions should be ahead of the Chiefs. But I still think that they would. They're on borrowed time, all right? They're on borrowed time. But you guys can rewatch this and you'll see my assessment of the power rankings this week. And by the way, I did call that the Jags would beat the Bills. And we'll see how meaningful that win in London is. So that Kenny Pickett play to Pickens was, I'm not gonna lie, it was like top 3 things so far this season I didn't expect to happen. But when it did happen, I was happy for the kid. All right, moving right along. 49ers, Browns. Straight up, just going to say it. 49ers. All right, not even a question. Browns, I'm hearing rumblings that Watson could have played last game and just didn't. But was out in Houston. I don't know what that's all about. But come on. Deshaun. Like, you're already up against a PR hill here. Why are you going to be putting yourself in positions like that? Regardless, if Watson doesn't play, this is a nothing matchup, and that's a shame because I like the Browns' defense. Yeah, no. Like, I want to see the Browns and the Steelers play again for the defense. And I feel like the Browns offense is kind of a step ahead of the Steelers. But the Steelers, they've gotten some wins, so. But like I said, I'm taking the 49ers, but if Deshaun Watson don't play, this is a nothing matchup. '49ers Chiefs Super Bowl. I don't know. As much as I love the Niners, I feel like there's something brewing there that they should go to the Super Bowl and win it, but for some reason, I just feel like they get their shoelaces tied at the worst possible moment. The Purdy elbow in the Eagles game killed them. I still don't know if they would have beat them, though. And yeah, like I said at the beginning of the show, because I see a TJ Watt comment for Defensive Player of the Year, I did say Fred Warner took that. I think Fred Warner took the spot from Micah Parsons, who was already kind of neck and neck with TJ Watt. So I think if you're considering it right now, it should be Warner, then Watt, then maybe Parsons, maybe Aiden Hutchinson. But TJ Watt does play for a beloved franchise. So does Warner. But I feel like the Watt name holds a lot more stain. And we could see another TJ Watt Defensive Player of the Year. And you know what? We're going to pull up. Matter of fact, I say I'm going to wait. We ain't waiting. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to pull up the 49ers schedule right now. We're going to see how hard it's about to get for them. All right. Make this a little bigger for old folk like me out there. So whatever, they just busted the Cowboys' ass. Congratulations. They might play a Deshaun Wattless Browns team. They'll beat the Vikings. I think the Bengals will show up and play them hard. But they're gonna have to go to Jacksonville, play the Jaguars. Yes, they're better than the Jaguars, but Just like you see at the high school level, there's always like that Catholic school or somebody that everybody wants to beat or play hard. For the longest time, it was the Patriots, and that's why teams have no problem kicking us in the fucking teeth and not feeling bad about it. But they're going to, after these two, which could very much be the same game, they're going to take on the Bengals at home. Bengals are going to play them hard regardless. Who knows? This could be the possible Super Bowl matchup right here. And it very well could be. Bengals could turn it on, but I think they'll play them hard regardless. I think the Niners get this win. They're going to go on the road and play the Jaguars. I think the Jaguars will make this a little bit closer than people expect. The Niners win this one. For some reason, I don't know. I'm not calling the upset yet, but if the Buccaneers keep playing as solid as they are, I could see them stealing this one. And when it comes to playing the Seahawks, I believe this is it's a 8:20 start. So let me see what day of the week that is. It's a Thursday night game. Thanksgiving night game. All right, lots on the line. And believe it or not, when it comes to these two matchups, I see both teams splitting the games on the road. Yeah, mate. I'm very impressed with Baker. Like I said, we'll see how they do coming off the bye, but I don't know if I call him the real Michael Myers because he's hard to kill. That's kind of Brady territory, but I don't know. Is he like Jason? I don't know. But shout out to Baker. He's doing a good job. Look, 49ers Eagles. This is most likely going to be the NFC Championship game if everything goes how it's supposed to. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. 49ers going back to the link. I think they get the win there. These two meet again with the Eagles going to the Niners. And if they're in the NFC Championship game, the Niners, they're going to go to the Super Bowl. So 49ers, Cardinals, if the Cardinals keep playing the way they're playing, they could very much steal this one. Ravens, Niners, I don't like that. It's going to be a bad day for the Ravens. Same thing with the Commanders. If the Niners are already locked up, Purdy might not even play in this one. So then the Rams, 49ers, that's always a battle. That's always a battle. So, I believe, yeah, they already played. Niners got them. Rams are better than most teams. I don't see them taking down the Niners right there, though, at home. So that was the 49ers schedule. It's about to get tougher for the kids. So we'll see, but they're going to beat the Browns. Patriots, Raiders. I don't want to talk about this because it's tough times. Brings up bad memories. Shouldn't even be bad memories considering it's the Raiders, but for some odd reason, just the way every single revenge game has gone for New England, something painful will probably happen. I'm going to hold out hope. I would never pick my team to lose. But I can say Jacoby Myers has at least a 2-touchdown day. All right. In spite of him not catching his first touchdown with New England until like his third season there. So there's that. Like I said, the Patriots, lots of things going on with them. Put up a comment on YouTube the other day that got a couple likes, but basically, like I said, just reiterating what's wrong with the Patriots. The O-line not good. You could time max throws with an hourglass. Defense has no confidence because they're out there more than the offense, who does nothing for them. We need to get a new O-line coach along with some new O-linemen and trade for a QB. Like I said, I like Taylor Heineke, possibly Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush, I feel like, is a little more of an ask because I'm telling you, Dallas is secretly relying on Cooper Rush to somehow get in the game because they feel a little more confident with him in there than Dak, which leaves to the question, what do you do with Dak? All right. But there's a bunch of problems. And like I said on the last show, if we continue to be this bad and it looks like we're about to get a high draft pick, does Belichick go altogether, or they just like kick him off as being GM? Or maybe he doesn't want to be kicked off GM, or maybe he hangs it up. I really don't know, but something's got to happen. We can't just tank the entire season. Patriots fans getting restless out here. I should say, I'll save that for the end. New segment we're doing called the hell did I call it? Snap through the week. Some screenshots, some videos and things of that nature that I saw throughout the week that I wanted to bring up to you guys. But I'm obviously going to pick the Patriots. In reality, they'll probably do some dumb shit. They'll probably score like 2 touchdowns, get my hopes up. I do think this one will be closer than our last 2 games, though. Moving right along, Lions, Buccaneers. In years past, I would have been like, nah, we good. But this is a good matchup. 2 fresh cookies, top 10 teams going at it. They know we're watching, so they want to impress us. I think the Bucs are about to get a wake-up call coming off their bye. I don't think it's really going to change my view of them. So really, for the Buccaneers in this one, it's kind of a win-win, even if they lose, because if they lose to the Lions, I think the Lions are a pretty good team to lose to. If they beat the Lions are a good team to beat. So, I think it's going to be a tough one for the Buccaneers. I like the Lions in this one, though. All right, moving back to the NFC West. Cardinals, Rams. 2 surprising teams this year, I must say. Sean McVay, he's doing a good job out there with his cast. Puka, the dog, right now. He's getting a lot of work for a rookie wide receiver. I don't know if I've ever seen a guy targeted as much as he's been. He wasn't even I don't want to say he's not on the level of like a Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase, but like they were pretty high profile already coming in. I mean, I know this guy, if I look it up, he's a 5th round pick, 177. And he played at Washington and BYU. He's just one of those. It's a good stereotype to have, too. Just one of those, insanely talented Polynesian football players that has heart, sprinkled with a little bit of talent, and a lot of toughness. So glad to see his story. I hope he can keep healthy because him and Cooper Kupp would be an amazing tandem. And they have I believe Higbee's their tight end. So they got a little bit to work with. I think they get the running back situation down pat a little bit more. Matt Stafford in that offense. The NFC West race is going to be they got a good division. I would put them, the AFC East started as the best division in football. I'll have to revisit that, but they might have the best division in football right now. Going back to the matchup, though, Josh Dobbs, very impressive this year. He's got his work cut out going up against a pretty tough defense. I don't think they get it done against the Rams, though. I'm going with LA in this one. Oh, man, let me take a sip of water before this one. All right. Look. The Eagles have had an easy schedule so far, all right? I know they're good, but I can't be jocking them that much, all right? They're another one they're not another one because the 49ers are actually good. But they're about to get a rough wake-up call. In their next one. Couple ones, all right? They'll play the Aaron Rodgers-less Jets, who have their own issues going on. They need to rally around Zach Wilson. Sorry, I know you don't want to, but it's what's best. All right, then you're going to get the Dolphins. I hope man. I would love to see. I can't wait for that matchup. The Eagles, they got a young D line, some killers on their D line, but the Dolphins are just so damn quick. I don't even know what they're. I hope this is a good matchup. All right. I hope they can cover the field. That's all I'm going to say. They take on the Commanders at home. That should be another win for them. They're going to host the Cowboys. Cowboys will play them hard, but I don't see the Cowboys beating them in Philadelphia. Then they're going to go to Kansas City. Rematch of the Super Bowl. And this is honestly such a great matchup because I literally feel like the two teams are mirroring each other. Good teams, obviously, of Super Bowl caliber, but are just not that impressive. And I don't want to say no one's addressing it because it has been addressed. But still, I feel like either one of these teams, as good as they are, could just get their head knocked off with the way the rest of their schedule looks. And I'll have to take a look at the Chiefs' schedule, but I don't think they had a hard schedule at all this year. All right, after the Chiefs, they're going to play the Bills at home, and I like the Bills in that game. Then the 49ers are coming to them. If Brock Purdy stays healthy, I don't think there's a doubt in the world. And I think if they have the opportunity to, and they get up on the Eagles maybe 2 scores early, I think they're going to run up that score. Eagles at the Cowboys, depending on what their playoff situation is and their health situation, I could see them playing all their guys in that game, but depending on how the Cowboys do, they might not. I don't know. They might sit some guys because they know the Cowboys will play them hard. They have a tough one when they go to Seattle. I can tell you that much. Seattle's going to play them hard. Giants are going to want to beat them. I don't see that happening. Cardinals are going to play the Eagles at home. I don't see that happening. And the Eagles might send the Giants out with a straight ass whooping at home. So, just real fast, I don't want to keep doing everybody's NFL schedule, but just looking ahead here. Yeah, like the Broncos and the Chiefs are tonight. They're going to play the Chargers. They're going to play the Broncos again. I'm like, this is probably 3 wins for them right here. They'll get shook when they play Miami. Like I said, Eagles, they'll give them a tough game, but then you're going to play the Raiders. That's a win. You're playing the Packers. That should be a win. Lambeau Magic works odd, though. So, might be them. Bills, I think the Bills got something for them. I think they're going to give them the Dolphins treatment. Chiefs at the Patriots. If the Patriots win that game, I'm losing it. Just got this one. Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi? I'm a Zappi guy, but from what, and it's hard. You're going in when you're down 30, so how many quarterbacks would really do good? But apparently he's doing bad. I heard in the preseason, after I think like preseason game 1, he got crazy nerves, was throwing the ball in the stands and shit. At this point, give Malik Cunningham an opportunity. And when it comes to Jacoby Brissett, that would be awesome to see him back on the team. I just think Cleveland knows they need him a lot now with all this weirder Deshaun Watson business going on. Going back to the Eagles and the Jets here. Sorry, did I wrap up my Chiefs back kicking? Yeah, the Bengals give them a tough game too. But other than that, yeah, you got the Bengals and the Bills and the Eagles and the Dolphins. So 4 really tough games remaining that they'll somehow win on a penalty. Don't get me started with that. You're talking about conspiracy theories. The Chiefs are a conspiracy theory. But the Eagles at the Jets. Jets are going to do all they can. I think the Eagles fans will travel well in this one. It'll basically feel like a home game for them. If you ever been to MetLife Stadium, it's hard to corral a home crowd there. Just a lot of visiting fans that go. Nonetheless, Eagles fans will be in the house, and they should take care of the Jets. I like a A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown in that one. I would have to take a look at the odds, but I would probably take Swift for rushing yards in that one as well. All right, so moving right along to the other squatters in East Rutherford, the New York Giants taking on the Bills. Who's really New York's team this year? Nah, that's not fair. Because when the Giants are good, their fans will let you know they're the best team in New York. When they're not, it's kind of hard to find them. But Buffalo about to shine their shoes in Giants tears. The two teams are just living completely different lives. It's like one went down the straight and narrow. The other one, Skid Row territory. All right. Blackberry brandy. It's not pretty. But the Bills should win big in this one. And New York Giants, if Daniel Jones don't go, show some pride. All right. Make it competitive. If the Jets can beat the Bills, I would say there's hope for you, but you haven't shown me much yet. So we'll pray for you. Cowboys, Chargers. Even if the Cowboys come out and if they blow out the Chargers, I'm not that impressed. That not even showing up for the 49ers game was such a disappointment. And I did say on my show, there's a very good possibility that this is a blowout from the 49ers, and I gave Dallas the benefit of the doubt. What did they do? Spit in my face. So, nothing at this point can get Dallas their chain back after getting it snatched from the Niners unless they beat the Niners in the postseason. So, it's kind of harsh, but, and I don't want to keep bringing up NFL schedules, but it's going to be hard for the Cowboys to shake that loss in my eyes because like I said, they got to play the Eagles twice. They got to win one of those. And they have the Seahawks coming in, and they're going to play the Bills and the Dolphins on the road. Miami always lucks out too, because whenever they got to play New England later in the season, I know it's like probably our second to last game every year. let's do it in Miami. No, make them come up to New England when it's cold out. Can't stand that. But the Chargers have their own problems going on. I think it's mostly stems from their head coach because they have great players. They have great players. I'm going to take the Cowboys in this one, but I'm still not impressed with them. All right, I think we went through all our. Yeah, that's the Monday night game. I gotta say, this is the Monday night game, and this the Sunday night game. It's time for the Eagles. It's time for the league to step up and switch it up. If I had to, me personally, for a Sunday night game, I wouldn't. For the Sunday night game, wow, a lot of these matchups are not Sunday night worthy. But here we go. Sunday night matchup should be Lions at the Buccaneers. All right. This should be the Sunday night matchup. Lions at the Buccaneers. I think we would all like that. And then Monday, I think Seahawks Bengals would have made a good Monday night game. I understand you can't switch them around with Monday being a completely different day. But that's how it should look this week. And speaking of week, doing a new segment, Snap Throughout the Week. These are just some things I saw that I wanted to bring to our attention. Where you at? Okay. All right. Not gonna make a complete joke out of this because it's still sad. But post Thursday Night Football last week when the Bears got their first win of the season on the road, watching NFL Network, we get the horrible news Dick Butkus has died. Terrible. Awful things. But who's writing the ticker at the NFL Network? Dick Butkus dead at 80. Like old Dick Butkus just couldn't stay away from the skydiving. All right. There's better ways to write these kinds of things. Passes away. NFL Hall of Famer gone. But just flat out Dick Butkus dead at 80. The disrespect. This man has a prestigious award named after him. All right. Also, we got some Sopranos fans in the chat. This one's for you. Coming from good YouTube show, AFC East Roundtable. They do a good job out there. They got fans from each one of these teams. Yeah, that's exactly how it feel, bro. This is how exactly it feels to be a Patriots fan right now. I would like to see some fresh cookies art from y'all if you get a chance. Let's see what them Photoshop skills look like. What that Photoshop do? Oh, Jacoby Brissett on the Commanders. I didn't even see. Lacking. That's my fault. All right, let's see what else we have in here. Some funny. Things are crazy in New England right now. I was a little lit on Sunday considering the circumstances with how bad my team is. But trying to read this, I almost passed out. So let's see. zoom in a little here for you. So Boston diehards, one of my favorite pages to keep up with during the games. They kind of feel the exact way I do. Here's them during the game. Mac has no playmakers, no receivers, no offensive line. He's also just isn't good. I don't know. I would have to see. I think this guy, but trying to make sense of this. Exactly. He's a better QB than Purdy. Swap those two, and you have two Zappies on this team. I'm not even going to begin to try to get into why that makes my head hurt. What? I personally think Zappy's better than Mac, but the evidence just isn't on my side anymore. Another funny one. At least I thought it was funny. This one coming, last week. Patriots agree to trade for 49ers receiver Deebo Samuel in huge blockbuster deal. 49ers did not agree. This is what makes me laugh in dark times. Obviously fake, but appreciate the laugh, Boston Cream. I appreciate that ish. And we got some highlight videos coming. Turn this one down. But just because I can't leave y'all without doing something real quick. Fred Warner letting you know he's the real straw that stirs the drink. Dak Prescott, his third fresh cookies. Seriously, Fred Warner though, straight dog. All right, it's going to do it for Snap Through the Week. If you guys have or see anything, first of all, say something if you see something. But put it in the Facebook group. Send it to me on our social media, email, all that stuff. I appreciate you tuning in for another great Fresh Cookies NFL Live Kickoff. Gonna have, I guess we'll have an all right time watching the Chiefs hopefully beat up on the Broncos. And if they don't, I got criticism coming their way. But enjoy the games, be safe, and as always, remember, it's Fresh Cookies. Peace.